Hello, 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 everyone. Let me just hop over there. Running multiple screens. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Sunday, right? Yeah, it's Sunday. We have Miss Cheyenne in the background today, so she'll be popping up the links. And if you don't know, my name is Nikki. I am your Sassy Summer, and we teach all things sublimation here on the Sass. But today we're going to kind of do some little bit of subbing, a little bit of crafting, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, all the things. But if you do hear that voice that comes from the distance, that is Miss Cheyenne, like I said, and she will be adding those links. If for some reason you have a question that I just need to answer, I need to slow down, I need to do all the things, by all means, you will hear her say, Cheyenne, can you ask Nikki? She will do the thing. Don't worry. Don't worry. She will do the thing. So let's just get all of the technology up and running for you guys so that I can see what we're doing, because that's important. All right. I hope you guys are having fantastic. I hope you guys have a rested. I hope you had a very rested time. Okay, so here's the thing. We are going to be doing this guy right here. If you don't know what this is, it's a neoprene storage pouch from Johnson Plastics. And this is the item where I put a grommet in here, and we put the storage poop bags in there. But don't worry, I've got two other uses for this as well. So we're going to do this today. I'm going to show you how to put the grommet in it. I'm going to go get the grommet machine because you have to press these before you grommet them. But I wanted you guys just to see what it looks like. I have stuff printing. So go grab yourself a quick bevy. If you haven't, let me go get the grommet machine. While I'm getting that, I can tell you one of the things that I like to do is I like to be able to personalize as much of my stuff as I possibly can. Why is that? Well, it kind of makes it my own. So if I leave it somewhere, I know exactly who it belongs to, right? And, well, in our business, the name of the game is customization. So we like to customize all of our things. As you can hear me doing all the things. Because doesn't everybody just have a big old bulky grommet machine in there? No? Just me? Okay. So I have that. Now, with the storage pouch, I will tell you, you can only really put the grommet in on one side because there is a pocket in the other side of it. So let me get my other one. Ooh, sorry. I'm knocking everything over here. You know what we might just have to do? Because I don't know where it's acceptable. I put them somewhere. You know, have you ever had that moment where you got meat and you put something away? That is today. That is how we're rocking it. Make sure you guys say, Cheyenne, are they still there? I mean, they're probably laughing at me because they can't see me. And, of course, when I need to find something, I can't find it. And I just had it. Anyway, here we are. Nope, that's not it. We're going to make do, because that's what we do. So I picked them all up and I put them somewhere, and now I don't know where I stuck them. Okay. So we're going to show you why you can't put it on this side. I'm going to open it up the best that I can for you guys. Inside here, I didn't even know. Inside here is a little pouch. You really don't want to be putting your grommet through this. You really want to just be putting it through here. So you're going to want to grommet this after the fact. And like I said, I'm trying to just find real quick because I set it down. Rushing, because that's what we do. Good gravy. Whoops. Like, Nikki, don't break the house. Don't worry, not going to break it. I'm okay, Mom. Don't worry. I got this. But I took the only two that I had left out. So, anywho, we're just going to have to work with it because I don't know where it's going. Good gracious. I got to stop walking around with things. I know y'all have had that problem where you've literally walked around with something and you're like, no. So here's what you're going to do for this with your grommet machine. Now, you don't have to have this. You can use a big You can use the handheld ones if you want to. You're just going to go in here, put your grommet in, and then it should automatically cut it. If it doesn't, you might have to put a slit in it for this. But we're just going to keep right on using this one. Keep right on going with the process because that's what we're going to do around here today. Because Nikki stuck her grommets somewhere. You're going to need, these are your poop bags. Now, for the design that I'm going to show you on one side and then I'll show you on another because I don't know where mine went to. These are your typical poop bags. Now I want to show you the reason why there's two different styles out there. So you're like, what? So these are your small ones. These guys right here are the ones for diapers. Have you figured out where I'm going yet? So these ones are a lot longer. So you could use this for a baby's bag. Right, for when you're traveling and you need to throw your diapers in it. They do have carriers. I will show you that. They do have these right here. Right, this guy right here. But you really can't personalize it. So, but you can buy the rolls. There's 12 bags to this roll. You want to make sure it's about 1.5 inches, right? But you can use this for babies. Guess what else you can use it for? Your car, right? Why is that important? Here's the thing. How many times are you in your car and you wish you had a trash bag? You don't know when you're going to have a trash bag and you need to have a trash bag. So this is a great alternative to having your trash bags and this not floating around everywhere. These are definitely a bigger bag, so they're going to hold more. They're also scented. These ones are loud.
Hey, Nikki.
Yeah.
Is your mic being funky? They said it sounds like you're yelling and you're getting quieter and louder. And even when I try to talk to you, you can't hear me unless I come on screen.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's because of the issue we have earlier, but they said it's going like you're quiet and loud and it sounds like you're yelling.
Okay. Is that better?
Is that better, guys? It sounds better to me, but I just wanted to make sure.
I just switched mics, so. Well, because it does sound quieter when I'm in the other room. I was in the other room, and when I get into the other room, it will tend to change. So, is that better? Sorry. Can we just take a moment of pause? So, Nikki decides to add to her hard drive, and when I added to my hard drive, I had to reinstall everything to include the cameras, and that took me 2.5 hours today to do. So, slightly stressed, but that's okay. Is that much better? Okay, good. Now we get back to what we're talking about. Anywho, poop bags. So this not only is great for your pets, this is also great for you just to have trash bags in your car. This is also great if you have kiddos and you got to put it in a diaper bag, right? So you can really use this for 2 or 3 different types of things. Maybe you want to make that car bag. Like I had said to you guys, do a cosmetic bag, put some chapstick in there, Band-Aids in there, like a first aid kit if you wanted to. Things that somebody who is new to driving could have in that little cosmetic bag. This is also a great thing to put in there. All right, so let me go get my print. Sorry about the mic issues, guys. Now that I've got my print, let's go ahead. We're going to just go ahead and wing it here. So we have, because I didn't want to have to do it with the grommet. We're going to do it with the grommet. We're just going to see what happens if you went ahead and did it with a grommet. I kind of know the answer of what's going to happen, but you guys are here for it. So let's do this because I can't figure out, I'm going to find them as soon as I walk away because that's how everything works. So let's just move these. These are the grommets that I use for those. All right. So the design I'm going to use, there's a couple different ones that I have. So I have the Dog Mom one and Let's Talk Trash, right? So you can have some fun play on words. No, none of these are in my shop. This is just a random idea of things to do. Okay, so we're going to do one side with one and one side with the other. Now, where do you decide? And the reason I say you want to place the grommet after is because it's going to depend on where you want to put it on your design. So for this one, I probably would have put my grommet right here on this yellow bag just to kind of give it a different spot to put it. But for right now, because of what we're doing, it's okay. We are not sweating the small stuff today. So let's just do this. You're going to want to make sure you lint roll. We'll move these aside. That's for our project in a little bit. And yes, okay. So you're going to want to make sure that you lint roll this. And what kind of lint roller do you use? Well, you want to use your sticky lint roller. It is a fabric, but you can also use your velvet lint roller as well. Let me just get this all started. I like to leave my really disgusting looking one on here. And the reason for that being is, well, it needs to stay disgusting. It's less waste on here. Give me a second. And did you know lint rollers can go bad too because of the glue and all that? This one's an old one. As you can tell, it's not peeling the way it's supposed to. There we go. We're better. Okay. Lint roll it. Lint roll it. Now remember, with neoprene, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cut a piece of cardboard and put it on the inside, because as you squish this down, and it's going to add some rigidity to it. The problem is with this is super thick. All right, so you're going to probably want to add a couple pieces of cardboard. How do we go about doing this? Well, you got to grab yourself some cardboard. Let's start there. And I know that it's approximately about 3.5 inches. So you're going to cut yourself about a 3.5 inch square. So we're going to just wing it here. So I know I need to cut 7 inches because I'm going to cut this in half. Okay, that's good. So first things first, let's go to the 3.5. Does it have to be perfect? No, because you got this little edge right here. So we know we want it this tall, and we know we're going to want it, again, cardboard does not have to be anything that's like straight on. It's cardboard. And then, oops, I wanted to make sure this is about halfway more. Right about there. Come down through. And now just cut it. Now the reason for that being, again, you can use an X-Acto knife, you can use your scissors, you can use whatever it is you want to use. Sometimes I'll just use my utility knife because, well, it is cardboard. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now that you've gotten this part taken off, move that aside. All I'm going to do is bend it. You want to slide this in here the best that you can. You might have to end up trimming it a little bit. You might want to pull it a little bit. It doesn't matter really. You just want to make sure that this gets inside this pocket. Now, does it have to go completely in? No, it does not. What you want to do, and the goal of this is to get your cardboard down into this so that it at least covers everywhere this is. All right. So then we're going to trim up our design. We are going to get my spray. So this, I don't use the Pro Puff spray. Puffs are going to be going out of it, so I had to come up with an alternative. This is the quilting basting spray. Little spritzers. Don't worry, it doesn't get sticky. And we're going to lay this the best that I possibly can on here. Now I have my heat press set. You're going to want to make sure that you make a barrique. Okay. Now, do we pre-press neoprene? No, we do not. It swells. Especially like the neoprene totes, the neoprene lunch pads, all of them, they do swell up. So trying to get it to lay back down flat can kind of be just a little bit of a task. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust my pressure very quickly, because this is thick with a couple C's. Just like that, close it. Before you put your neoprene in there, have a spare one, put it in, adjust so that it's the height that you need your press at, right, in the pressure. Then put the one that you're going to work on in. Try not to do it to where you're putting the one that you're going to work on inside the press to figure out your pressure, because you're going to want that neoprene to cool down. The reason you're going to want it to cool down, well, because it swells, right? So if you're going to test your pressure with the piece you're going to use, you're going to want to let it cool down, let it settle down a little bit, because trying to line something up can absolutely be a disaster, and we don't want that. Now, what does help is that if you put the cardboard in it, the cardboard adds that rigidity. And adding that rigidity will help with it swelling, if you will. So that kind of helps there too. So if you're trying to press your neoprene lunch totes, or like these neoprene storage pads or pouches, you really want to have it with the cardboard. If you don't, it ends up ballooning up and it becomes a problem. You can get off-gassing, you can get different shadowing, uneven pressure, all of the problems we just don't need, right? We just don't need those. So add the cardboard to it, count yourself a win there. If you're going to have to adjust your pressure, it's the only one you have left. Let it cool down, prep some other things before you go in and do that. Because if you're trying to adjust your pressure with neoprene, you're going to end up with an issue. Okay, so here's the thing right here. Yes, you can press this as long as you have enough pressure. You won't have that ring. Sometimes you can end up with that ring right there, and we don't want that, right? You don't want this ring to end up happening with your grommet in there. So that's why I suggest doing the grommet after the fact, right? Because again, you might end up with, I didn't really necessarily through here, the design was pretty forgiving for it, but it was a risk I was taking for, and we don't want that. So now what I want to do is we're going to put the back side on. This one has been banging around, so we're going to cover up all of that. This is one that I have been using for a few years now to teach how to do this. So we're going to just trim this up. I did the design 3.5 inches. Everything has been lint rolled. We're going to lay this down here. Now, somebody's going to go, well, Nikki, you use spray. You're right, but you can tape it down too. Ow! Hey, guess what? Grommets are still hot. FYI, before you do the back, don't put your finger. That's why you don't have the grommet there either. So we're going to tape it down now so you can see what it looks like. Taped. Woohoo! Yeah! How many times is Nikki going to hit that grommet? Let's just call it what it is. Oh, Nelly, that hurt. And I can't swear on television. Okay. Now, I will say, when you first initially put your neoprene in, it's kind of one thickness. Now, after you press it, it kind of squishes down. So you're going to want to add a couple cranks of it, the pressure, to go make sure that it's firm pressure again, because you want firm pressure on this. All right, not necessarily squish the heck out of me pressure, but you want to know you shut it. All right, so when you first put your neoprene item in on side one, you're going to have one sort of pressure. But when you go to flip this over, it does squish it down, so the pressure does change. Give it a couple cranks, knock it back down to where you're going to have firm pressure. Again, be careful, or you're going to be like me and hurt my finger. So try not to put the grommets in prior to, but if you happen to mess up and go, oh, I put the grommet in, don't worry about it. Just make sure you give it a lot of firm pressure so that the ink can go right around that grommet, and just keep right on going. Try to build your design kind of fun around where you're going to place that grommet too. The nice part about not putting the grommet in first is if you're a little bit off, you can put the grommet where it needs to fit in the design. So whether it's for your dog, whether it's for your car, whether it's for your diaper bag, that's a great alternative. And granted, it's a storage pouch, so it has a little pouch on the inside that's made for earbuds, but you can also use it as a wallet. You can use it for really just about anything. Put a key fob on it and call it a day. They're very inexpensive. You can find them at Johnson Plastics, JPP Plus. All right, now let's not try to grab this, Nikki, and burn your finger off. Whew. I am not protecting my investment today. Whoo, Nelly, we are not doing this. Okay. Normally I would pull this off really quickly because it is neoprene and it will off gas and shadow. So, and I want to show you that proof. Because I did not pull it off right away, the print laid back down, and you could see right there where it started to print on it again. So that's why with neoprene items, you want to quickly get off. That's why I'll use the spray, because I can quickly pull it off. Yes, you can use the tape. Absolutely, but quickly get it off your neoprene because you could off-gas it because this does swell, causes your paper to come up. And as you're opening your press, which you want to open slowly, it will go poof and come back down, and that's what will end up happening. And we don't want that, right? So just a little bit of know-how words of caution when it comes to neoprene. Again, you see how this is all puffed up? This side is flat because it had been in the press. This side, because it had the heat directly on it, it puffs up. So again, you can tape it. Yes, you can use your spray for it, whichever you feel most comfortable with. Learn your method first, because if you need to tape it, you might be one of those people that needs to tape it because you open it too fast. You're going to pop that paper off. You don't want to do that. All right. So these are just some of the things that I've learned over the years. I've been doing this 7+ years. And that's one of the things. I lifted this up way too fast, and that's what happened. It ended up coming back down and shadowing. So we don't want to do that. But great idea for your car, great idea for a baby bag, and a great idea for the fur moms and dads. So there you go. There is that. Now, I will say you can grab, I will put these, I forgot to add these on my Amazon cart. Actually, no, I didn't. I put these in the craft section. If you go look in craft supplies, you will find the bigger bags. There's 12 to a roll. And I want to say there was like 12 rolls. These do fit right inside there. You can actually fit 2 rolls in there. So you always have plenty. I'll show you what the dog runs, right? And then just zipper it closed. Feed it through the hole. And now you've got a little trash bag carrier. How cute is that? Golf carts. Let's see. You can use it for golf carts. People who have the side-by-sides. This could be great for camping. This could be great for literally everywhere you're going to need that trash bag. Picnic basket. The possibilities are absolutely endless, and I could probably keep going on the more and more I think about it. But don't worry, I probably added enough details for you guys to go figure it out for yourself. All right, let's move these out of the way. Next up, we're going to be doing the bracelet that Cheyenne had posted about. Cheyenne had posted about this bracelet, and if you are a T-Swift fan, everybody knows that she has those friendship bracelets. Well, here's what we're doing with my daughter. Her end of the year school gift to all of her kiddos is a friendship bracelet to her class with their names on it. So I want to show you how I'm going to make one. You can make it out of just about anything, but you really want to use the fold over elastic. This one is, I believe this is a half. Yep, this is, oh, it's just a little bit over a half. And you can find the fold over elastic in my Amazon store. It's amazon.com/shop/thesassysuburb. It is an affiliate link. I do have to let you know that. So there is a shiny side and a dull side. Which side you use is up to you. I will highly recommend that if you're going to use the shiny side, try not to put wording on that side, or make sure that the wording is really bold. Small details get lost in the shiny side of it. Whereas the dull side, it doesn't. But because it doesn't matter, and yes, this design is bigger than anything I've ever made, we're just going to go with it. Just going with it. Now, I will say you can use this too, and we can also put the beads through that. But we're going to do the small one for now. We're just going to do a light spritz of the page. Nothing crazy around here. We're not taping it down. Make sure you measure your design better next time. Don't be a Nikki. Okay, so we're going to go put this on the press. I need to make sure that I adjust my pressure because, well, we just used it. Lock and loader. And there we go. So while that's prepping, we want to get out our beads. These beads can be also found in my Amazon store along with this guy. This guy is a bead threader. Now, I've been using this one right here. It's a small one. It's made for masks. Back when we had to do all the masks and you had to pull all the elastic through, that's what that was used for, and that's what I've been using. But they do have bigger ones. Make sure you pay attention to the size. This one is so you can pull it through. That's what this is for. This is great also if you're making the bead key fobs as well. So for this, let's make, let's do, give me a word. You know what? Beautiful. B, E, A. I don't know why that fell out. All right, B, E, A, U. I love these because they do happen to come in alphabetical order. They're not all mixed up. That's a bonus there as well because Lord knows you're going to try to find the letters and you're not going to be able to find. Come on. Oh, be gentle. Okay. And whoop, that's a G, not an F. F, U, U. Hold on. That can sit right there for a happy hot second. Let's pull this out. Okay, we're going to write the word beautiful. Now, how you put this on your bracelet is going to be completely up to you, which side, how you do it, blah, 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 blah. Okay, but let's, oh, it is so hot. But she subs gorgeous. This is the shiny side of that. Look at that. So I did a rustic wood with some pinky tones. Okay, let it cool down. Let's thread these. So again, how you thread it is completely up to you, but you want to make sure that you put your letters all the same direction. So at least if it's front, back, sideways, doesn't matter, as long as they're all in the same direction. Beautiful. Okay. And these could be just words. They don't have to be a child's name. They don't have to be the teacher's name. They could just be beautiful. They could just, what is your word, right? Kind of thing. So we're not going to knot it just yet. We are going to take this, we're going to thread it on, and we're going to flip this little lever and gently just, why isn't that? I need to overthink this for a second. Hold on. Cheyenne, I need them right? I'm overthinking it. She's not answering me.
For some reason, the mic isn't working when I'm below. You're right. You just got to slide it on.
Yeah, it's just you're taking a sweet time. Give me a sec. Like, am I overthinking this? Because I've done this, but now I'm overthinking. There we go. The lever was in the way. So what you're going to want to do, now I will tell you, you're going to want to pull the one side out, okay? But get all your beads on there first, okay? Because of how you're going to want it to sit. So the lever had to be moved out of the way. Because the lever kept getting stuck. Put it on here. You would think all of a sudden I panic. I'm like, I know how to do this. It's been one of those things, it's been one of those weeks where it's like, you know how to do it, and all of a sudden you second guess everything that you've done. And you've been doing it the same way for however many long years, and you're like, I know how to do this. Because these are a smaller bead, you just want to kind of take your time. You're not going to be able to just whip it through because these are thick. This particular material is thick. So you're not going to be able to just whip this through. Lay down. So what I'm doing is I'm laying down this lever instead of having it come up because the lever is what's causing the bead to stick. Okay. And so I'm just laying it down instead of closing it because it was just too much. So we're going to slide this through. Take this out. What I want you to do, gently pull. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Once you get to this point, hold this one end and pull the other end out. Okay. Just like that. Okay, so now you have them to where, and you just twist it. And now you have yourself a bracelet. Okay, I make it look more complicated than it needs to. And all you have to do is knot it. So twist it. This, I mean, you could even sell these as hair ties too, with the beads in them as well. All right. And then all you have to do is just go like this. Now, that little thing, let me just lay this flat. Give me a sec. This is a great project for the kiddos. So what you can do is create it as a kit as well if you want to. You're going to want to include this, though, if you do it as a kit. You're going to want to give this for as many kiddos that you're going to have. They can sit there and make beaded bracelets. Do they have to have this type of fold-over elastic? They don't, but it is a great kit idea for camping, if they're going to have for summer projects, all of that, right? So beautiful, there you go. It's just a cute project that a kiddo can do for their teacher. You could print their school mascot all over this. That's what I'm doing for Sarah's kiddos, is we're printing the school mascot on it and having the kiddos' names all on there. All right, so there is that. All right, next up, the project that I'm using Marvin's Table Runner. So I got this brainchild idea. I wanted to use Marvin's Table Runner, and I wanted to create a door hanger out of it. But I'm also going to create something else out of it, a Christmas ornament, using an embroidery hoop. I'm like, Nikki, that's really too small. No, don't worry. So here, they didn't have, at the store, they didn't have the wooden ones, so I did have to get the orange plastic ones. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to take a table runner, and I've already done it on this one, so I'm going to show you this one first, and then we're going to show you the Christmas ornament version, right? So you take this, you cut it out, and what I did was you cut one circle, and then you cut a half a circle, but you want this half circle to be on your hem. I'll show you on the small one, because the hem is the pocket. You're like, what? Don't worry. First things first, let's press this item. All right, let's get this out of the way. Let's get this pressed. I wanted to make it look like it's a basket weave. So I have a basket weave pattern, and I'm going to take Marvin's. Let me make sure it goes all the way to the edge here. Okay, yep, okay. So what you're going to do is take whatever hoop size you have, fit it onto Marvin's table runner. This one happens to be 11.5-inch hoop. Tape it down. Let's get some butcher paper. And then we're going to sub it. Now you can have family names on it. You can do whatever you want with it. Now you're going to ask me why I'm making a pocket. You'll see. First things first, let's press it. So while that's pressing, let's work on the second one. Now, I did this the odd way when I was doing this. I folded this up. Hold on. This is for the ornament. Okay. I took this and I folded it. And then what I did was I laid this. I'm okay that there's excess around it, but I wanted to know how deep I wanted my pocket, because this seam is important, because that's the edge of the pocket. Okay. So then we're going to take our, where did I put my pencil? Yeah, we're going to use a pen. We're going to use a pen. And I don't normally use pens, but I can't find my pencil because I moved it. Okay. So you're going to want to come out. Just give yourself generous, because you can trim it later. Okay, just a generous bleed all the way around. Okay, could you measure it? Of course you can. And are we? Nope. So that's the circle we want to cut out. All right. Oh, and of course, there's my pencil. Naturally. Okay. We got 5 seconds on that. Hold, please. Let that sit and ferment. So first things first, let's trim this up. It's going to be easier for me to do it this way. Now I can flip it, because this is a really long table runner. Now what I want to do is cut out my circle. I want to cut it out based on this, because that's the middle section of my hoop. Could you be neat about this? Yes. Could you cut this on your laser? Yes, you could. You can sit and cut all of these pieces on your laser. You can hand cut them better, but for the sake of this DIY project, this is a no fuss, no muss conversation, because once, the reason I don't care is because I'm going to trim up the back when I'm done. You're not going to see it. Okay. So now I have this, and then when I flip this over, it's created my pocket. So when I go to lay this on top of here and whatnot, I'll have my pocket in between. I will drop the pocket down a little bit lower. Come on. Oh, I should open this more. Come on. Thank you. Don't be difficult. lay it on here, and you're gonna lay it on here, and then you're gonna put this over the top, okay? And like a true embroidery hoop, it takes you a little bit more than just one hand, okay? So now this is what you're gonna have. We're gonna sublimate a design on here. You'll have this, but you'll be able to go through and trim this all up and no one's gonna see it. Now, what I will tell you, a couple different tricks that you can do too is, one, open this up a little bit more so you don't fight with it. Two, you can add a bead of glue if you wanted to here. My only consideration for doing that is it can seep through and then you're gonna end up seeing it, and we don't want that. So if you can, try not to do it. When you're putting around your hoop, you want to make sure that your fabric comes to just about to here when you're folding it over, right? So that if you don't want to trim it. So you want to come slightly short of this. But for me, I didn't care. Okay, now let's pull this up. I'm not worried about this because it's not going to be seen in my hoop once I'm done. Okay, we have that. Let's get the other one pressed too. This one I decided to put on a fancy little type of design. My only goal is to make sure that this edge is where it needs to be, right? Because I can adjust the pocket up and down if I need to, if it's not in the right spot. You don't need a lot of tape on here. Let me just reuse the side of this butcher paper over here. Let's drop it like it's hot. And let's work on the second part of this project. So you'll see how I'm going to do the Christmas one and how I'm going to add lights to it. All right, so take your outside hoop off. Here's your inside hoop. Now this inside hoop does have a little bit of a ridge. I want to put that on the bottom. And the reason I'm putting the bottom is so it acts as a stopper, and it kind of is going to cover the fabric too. Now, whether that's the right or the wrong way, I don't know, nor do I care. Okay, so we have your hoop. We have this down. Now, you can see how this has come over a little bit. That's okay because I'm going to hide it into here. I want to make sure that I create the pocket. Now, I'm going to take my hoop and I'm going to drop it down. Whoops, make sure she's center. That's first and foremost. Okay. And now I have the pocket. Now, what I want to do is tighten this up. These ones can be a little bit hard to do, okay? You're going to go through. Once you have this the way you want it, it's okay that this is a little bit off. You're going to want to come through, trim this all up. Now, you could trim it down even further. That's up to you, right? But wait till you see what we're going to do. Because you all are a florist in my world. You're going to go get yourself some flowers. Pop it. You're just going to stick your flower arrangements inside this pocket. You're going to go get yourself fake flowers, okay? Because nobody got time to be doing the real stuff anymore, okay? And if you can, you're my hero, all right? So you come in, you put in all of your fake little flowers, however you want to do them. I have all of them. I feel like I'm missing one. Oh, yeah, I am. I want to come in through here, add some more. Maybe this one down through here. And just like that, you just add your little hanger and you've got the cutest little wreath, right? So this is a great alternative to use Marvin's this makes a great farmhouse type thing as well. So you could go in, add some florals in there. You could change out the florals if you want, but you could sublimate this with a really pretty design. Just put it in the embroidery hoop. It's a great way to use the table runners because the table runners are a lot of fabric. There's a lot of residential space on there. You can make book covers with that table runner, the whole 9 yards. But this is a really cute idea for when you want to make just something simple. This is great for a bathroom. It's great for wherever you want. So now we're going to make the Christmas version of this. And that pocket's going to come in handy. So again, I'm not really worried about where this is. I know this is a little short, and that's okay. First things first, your hoop on the top, this is your bottom hoop. Okay, make sure you know what your top and bottom is. You're going to lay this down. Again, you want to know where your edge is going to run so that it kind of hides. And you're going to drop it like it's hot. Okay. Tighten her up. Now, so far, you're in for it, right? You guys are totally here for it. Okay. You'll trim up the back. So now what I want to get is my little greenery that I have here. I'm going to just put some sprigs. Now, I'm just using the greenery I just happen to have laying around. I don't have any of my Christmas greenery around, but that's okay. We don't need it. We can make it work. You can put whatever you want in here. This is just so you get the idea. Okay. Now, I will tell you where. Get my little LED lights. This is one of those things that if you put some pine sprigs, or if you're going to put, you know, the berries, all of that type of stuff. Oh, I love berries. You could put all of that into this whole thing. And if I could cut, there we go. Come on. Work harder, not smarter. Okay, so you have all of this, right? First things first, let's pull out the tab. Next, turn her on. Now, what you're going to want to do, because there's so much of it, wrap it up. Get yourself in there, wrap it all up. You might want to put it in around the pine if you want. I'm just going to go in and kind of just do this real quick. I made the loops bigger than they started out. I'm going to shove this little thing right in the back, because half pocket will travel. And then what you can do is add this and around. You're going to want to fluff it. You're going to want to put it in all of the different berries and all of that, right? You're going to want to make it pretty. Right now, this is not pretty because I would sit here and play with this. Okay, but hold on, don't worry, we'll get it there. Okay, have your light sticking out. I'm not done, don't worry. Still not done. Let me get my scissors. Hold, please. All right. So what you can also then go in and do is get those really pretty berries and put the berries in here. You might want to give it a little bit of a stem so that the berries fit correctly. Here. And now you see where we're going with this. Now it has a little bit more of a Christmas whimsy look to it. And then you could put bows. Again, you're going to want to look at the type of greenery that you are getting if you're going to sit here and make these. Right? You're going to have to give this a little bit more of a well thought if you're going to do the Christmassy version of them, because the Christmas stuff, you're going to want to put pine or the stuff that has all the glitter and stuff, but you can have it to where it lights up. This is the most haphazard one you're going to see, but don't worry. I will sit, I will get my greenery out, making sure that it's pretty. I'll fill this all in, but you can add greenery, add a cute little bow, and it becomes a lighted ornament that you can use. Just by using this, you can put your little LED lights in there, nothing overly crazy, but you just have to think outside the box. I don't know if my stuff is up there. I think I put all my Christmas stuff away. So just think about all the things that you can do with it. You can add just more greenery to it. Put some more greenery in here. Kind of fill it all in. Again, whatever you want to do, you'll figure it out. Just remember, here's the thing I will tell you. Scale matters. So you're going to want to find smaller berries than the ones I had on hand, but this is just so you guys could see it. Smaller berries. Maybe use some pine, some twigs, tiny pine cones. I want you to think like little mini tree type of things, okay? When you're thinking about that type of flower type stuff or greenery, you want to think of the little stuff. And you could put it in here, and now you can light it up. Yes, it's okay that you have a lot of those lights. You can wrap them around the twigs. You can have some beautiful twigs off of these. However you want to do it, it's going to be completely up to you. But what does this allow us to do? It allows us to be creative again, right? It's still allowing our passion of sublimation into the art project. And guess what? Christmas in July is 2 months away. So you can make that if you want, but really it's not a bad idea when you think about it. No, they are not yet, and I can list them. So here you go. I mean, aren't they adorable? I mean, when you really think about it, you can make a lot of really pretty things with just the embroidery hoop. Some of Marvin's table runners, and whatever your little creativity heart has to offer. It really doesn't matter. So it doesn't always have to be a sublimation blank in the way you think about it. No, it can be something so much more, like a little art project. I want you guys to start thinking outside the box when it comes to your stuff. Look at what you have. A placemat can turn into a book cover. It could turn into a bag. The same with the table runners. For those who like to sew, make a book cover out of it. Put it on your favorite book, and now you got a really pretty book cover that you can sublimate on. Perfect. Right? There's so many different options of things that you can use the table runner fabric for because it subs gorgeous. And maybe you just want to put a design in an embroidery hoop. Maybe you don't want to do the pocket. Maybe you just want to add a beautiful design. And now that is a great keepsake. Stain the wood and you're done. So start thinking outside the box when it comes to your holiday decor that's only 2 months away. And that's what we're going to be talking about. Maybe you want something different. Farmhouse, cabin farmhouse are the themes this year for decor. So go ahead, rock out with your socks out, do something clever, do whatever it is. So whether it's this or this or this or this, let your imagination absolutely run wild. Think outside the box because that's the only way you're going to stay in the game. All right, I think that's it for now. I'll see you guys all real soon. You know where, on the flip side.